I had an idea. Let's see if this works. This is a 20 gauge silver, and let's take a lot of it. Yay! That might be too much. Oh well, too late. It's a little over 1.5 feet, which is like a little bit over half a meter. And what are we gonna do? What shall we do? Let's make a loop on one end, like this. Just a little loop, just a happy loop to make ourselves happy. And see, it's a loop. And let's twist it one time. That's it. I'm happy with that. Let's make this little part into a swirl. Yay. Swirl. Okay. Now here, let's put, I got a whole bunch of little, look at how cute they're. They're 4mm rose quartz. Now they're 4mm, like the size of the head of a pin. So picture them, so tiny. They're like little teeny tiny amphibian eggs swishing around in an ocean of white cardboard. So beautiful. So let's take one. Okay. Put him on the silver slide. Whee! Look at him go. Whoa, that's fun. Yay. And it comes down to that spot right there. See it? There he is. Okay. Now let's make a loop. Push him tight, make a loop. I'm just scratching the table because I feel like it. It makes me happy. Oh, that's a loop. Do you see? Let's put another one. Ha! Cute. Now let's make a loop going the other way. Like that. Make sure to make your loops tight. So roll them till they're a little bit smaller than the bead, because that's what I say. I mean, you can make them any size you want, right? Okay. Now you could keep going with this and make an entire choker. Just come all the way around. And then at the end, just do the same thing. Make a loop, twist it around, leave a little end, make a little curlicue, and you're done. And you have a choker. Put a little lobster clasp on one side, like this. That's a lobster clasp. And put a little chain, a couple of links of chain on the other side so it can be adjustable to different necks. And that's your choker. But we're gonna have more fun with this. Let's see what we can do here. We're only halfway through, and we're gonna bend it like this. And then we're gonna come around like this. And then we're gonna come around like this. And see, the possibilities are endless. And then we can just squish it together like that. It's look beautiful tapestry. Any way you put it, it's beautiful. It can do anything. Now you can just once you get it to the place you want with enough stuff, you just take this, wrap it around. Look how easy this is. Wrap it around and around and around. You just stack the loops like that. Voila. Now if you want, you can cut a little tab. Cut it so there's a little tab, and then stick that tab in that little bowl formed by making this wrap. Or if you want, you can cut yourself more, leave a little bit more off, and give yourself another swirl. And then put that swirl wherever you want it. You have the prettiest little pendant, or if you make two of them, which I suggest you do because this is a little bit, it might be a tiny bit flimsy for a pendant. So you can make two of them as earrings, but I did say it was flimsy. It doesn't have to stay flimsy. Watch this. Now, put that little swirl wherever we want it. I don't want it right in front. I like that. Stick that right there. Yeah, I don't want it in front because I want you to be able to see this part and all that good stuff. So let's stick it back here somewhere. Yeah, let's put it down here. Let's put it right down there. There you go. That's cool. I like that. Yeah. Okay. Now, we're going to do with the rest of this. Well, so it doesn't get pulled out from where it is, you can take teeny tiny little jump rings, like 4mm jump rings, which are the same size, surprisingly, as the beads, although they look even smaller because they're just tiny little jump rings instead of being a whole round sphere like the bead. Let's take a bunch of these guys and find key connection places where you think the tapestry might be weak, right there, right? And just put that little jump ring in there and close it up. Make sure you close it good. And then you can't even see the jump ring, but now that's not going to come apart. That's strong. So we found one. And you can go in and adjust all your little loops, make them nice and good. Oh, that's one right there. I think that was the only one. These two right here could be made stronger, even though it's not necessary. But just in case, strengthen up the whole thing, add a few more jump rings here and there. But you can hang little charms from different loops anywhere you want. And you could just make it really pretty like that. Sometimes it takes a little bit of skill to get in there with the jump ring and really close it up if the connection is really tight. But trust me, you don't want to give up. You want to practice that skill. Get your 2 pairs of pliers in there because it'll make you more dexterous and dexterous and dexterial, all that stuff. It'll make you all those things, and that will make you better at jewelry making. Now I got these little cherry quartz. They're a little bit darker than the rose quartz, or they might be some kind of pink agate, but anyway, they're a little bigger through 6mm, slightly bigger than the 4mm. So we're gonna make some little dangly, like little clusters with these. To make each dangly little one, we're just gonna take like a little bit of wire, 2 inches, 4 centimeters. I'm gonna go small, big, small. And then we'll get about a 1/2 inch here, or 1 centimeter. We'll roll it, turn it in a right angle, and then roll it backwards, like that. Get a nice loop, press them up against the loop, flip it over, do a right angle this way, cut it just enough, just like before, just enough to do another loop, roll it back, get it in there real tight, and make it nice and tight. Make sure that everything looks good. And then we dangle this guy right there. Just like that. And another one right, they're too long. I changed my mind. Let's just do 2 beads. I like that better. Let's redo that. There we go. That's gonna dangle nicely on there. Yeah, oh yeah. I feel like you don't see the silver too much on this black. It makes it like glow too much. Let's put a different background. There you go, now you can see it better. And you can use those same little 4mm jump rings to attach these. You can use a bunch of them if you want them to really dangle and spin and whatever, but I think one is just good. Keep it nice little, slightly tighter cluster. Now see, these 2 loops were kind of far apart, but I wanted to connect them because that was a loose thing that kept moving. But the little jump ring wasn't like close enough to hold them together, and I didn't want to smush them. So I used a medium-sized jump ring. This is a 6mm, and I could even use an 8mm, whatever I want. There's no rules. You can do it, make up stuff as you go, you know? Okay. There we go. Should we stop, or should we keep going? There we go. I think that's good. And remember I said there are no rules. You can do whatever you want, right? Most of these I hung with 1 jump ring. This one I hung with 2 jump rings. This one down here, in the very back, I hung with like 8 jump rings. Because what I say, there's no rules. And no matter what I do, these kind of fall the same way, except this one right here, sometimes he jumps around the back like that. And that still looks good. I like it that way too. So whether this one is in the back or the front, it works for me. Now, believe it or not, because I used 20 gauge, which is pretty light, and these beads are mostly 4mm, just a few 6mm, which are also very small. This whole thing is really light. These make fine earrings. Just put the earring hook right there. Beautiful earrings if you want to make 2 of them. Or put some jump rings right there, boom, or just turn this a quarter turn and put a chain or a cord, and there you have a pendant. Beautiful pendant. It's like for a wedding, right? Who would wear this as a pendant unless they really want to be like, today is my shimmery, glimmery, show-offy, beautiful, wonderful entrance into the princess world of princessdom. Anyway, you guys have fun with this. Remember, there's no right or wrong. You just twist it and turn it and make it look like you want to make it look until you feel real good about it. And then you give it to somebody you care about. Or you sell it and you make a lot of money and you buy a mansion with a big tennis court. See you guys soon.